Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Namaste. Namaste. We left off the last session at Doha number 22, and he said, Pranatapala Raghunayaka, Karuna Sindhu Karari, Gaye Sarana Prabhu Raki Hing, Taba Aparada Bisari. The leader of light, the slayer of who is always harsh, the protector of life, is an ocean of compassion. For those who take refuge in the Lord, he forgets all offenses. Let's begin reciting all together. It's just at the first chopai after the Doha number 22. Ramacharana Pankaja Uradaraku Lanka Achala Raju Tumakaraku Rishi Pulasti Jisumila Yambayanka Tehisa Simakujani Hoku Kalanka Ramanam Bindugira Nasoha Deku Bichari Tyagi Madamoha Basanakin and Dakiso Aturari Tababushan Nabushi Taboranari Rama Bimukasam Pati Prabhutai, Chai Raki Pagi Bindu Pai, Sajala Mula Jina Suratani Dakin, Borashika Kim, Punita Bakin, Sakabakin, Surudasa Kanta Kaku, Panaropi, Bimukarama, Tratanaki Kopi, Sankara Saka Sabishnu Ajatohi, Sakakinaraki, Ramakorandrohi, Mohamula Bakusula Prada, Tyagahu Tama Abhiman, Bajahu Rama Raghunayaka, Kripa Sindhu Bhagavan, Siyamora, Ramachandra ki Jai, Pavana Sutta Karumana ki Jai, Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Jadapaki Kadi Ajati Tapani Bhagati Viveka Birati Nayasani Bola Piyasi Maha Abhimani Milama King Kapigura Baranyani Mrityu Nikata Ayi Kalatoi Lagesi Adamasaka Banamoi Ulta Hoi Gati Mahanumana Mati Brahmatora Pragata Mejana Sunikapi Bachanapa Kuta Kisiana, Begina Hara Kumura Kora Prana, Sunatani Sajaba Baranadai, Sativana Sakita Bibishana Ai, Naisis Kori Binai Bakuta, Niti Biroda Namaria Dutta, Anna Danda Kachukari Agosai, Sabekinka Mantrabala Pai, Sunata Bihasi Bola, that's the Kandar, Angapanga Kori Patayo Bandar Kapi Mamta Puchapar Sabetinka Kusamujai Tila Bori Patabandi Puni Pavak Adehu Lagai Siyabora Ramachandra ki Jai Pavada Sutta Karumana ki Jai Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai Puchakin Banata Kanjai Tabashatani Janata Kilai Ai Jinake Kinasi Bakut Pradai Gardeku Maitin the Kepra Butai Bachanasanata Kapimana Musukana Baye Sahaya Sadamejana Jatu Dan Suni Rabana Vachana Lagirache Mura Soirachana Grahana Nagar Basana Great the Tail Bari Puchkin the Kapi Kela Kotu Kakahana Purapasi Marakin Charana Karakin Bakutasi Bajakin Dola Tek Itabatari Nagar Peri Puni Pracha Prajari Pavaka Charata Deki Hanumanta Boyu Parama Laguru Panduranta Nibuki Juraya Kapi Chaganakatari Kagi Sabita Nisa Charanari Hori Prerita Tehi Avasar Chale Maruta Unachas Akahasa Kurika Jakapi Bari Lagakasi Avara Ramachandra ki Jai Pavana Sutta Hanuman ki Jai Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai Deha Pisala Padam Haru Ai Mandir ni Mandir Charadai Jarai Dagaraba Loga Bihala Chapatala Patakahu Koti Karala Katamatuha Asuriya Pukara Egi Avasara Goamiki Ubara Mamajo Kahanya Kapinaki Hoi Banaru Daring Surakoi Sadhu Abagya Kurapalu Aisa Jarai Nagara Anapta Kurajaisa Jara Nagaru Nimisha Eka Mahin Eka Bibisha Nakara Grihanakin Takara Duta Nala Jakin Sirija Jarana Sote Hikarin Nagirija Ulda Pauti Lanka Sabajari Kudi Parapuni Sindhu Bajari Pucha Buchayi Koi Sraman Dori Lagarupa Bahori Janaka Sutake Adikara Bayu Korajori Siyavada Ramachandra ki Jai Panasuta Hanuman ki Jai Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai Matumbo ki DJ Kachuchina Jai Se Ragunaya Kamokidina Churapani Hutari Tabadayu Harsha Samita Pavana Sutalayu Kahe Kutata Samor Panama Sabprakara Prabhu Purana Kama Dina Doyala Ridur Sambari Harakunata Mama Shankata Bari Tatsakra Sutta Kata Sunayehu Pranam Pratapa Prabhu Samujayo Master Dipasa Mokunata Naaba Tokuni Moki Jiyatana Kimpava Kaku Kapike Ibidi Raku Prana Tumutataka Hata Apajana Tohi Deki Sita Liboki Chati Punibo Kakun Soy Dino Sorati Janaka Sutaki Samujai Kare Bakubidi Rajudin Charana Kamala Siruna Yikapi Gavanu Rama Pakikin Siyavara Ramachandra ki Jai Pavana Sutta Hanuman ki Jai Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai Chalat Mahaduni Gaje Sipari Garbas Ravikin Suni Nisi Charanari Nagi Sindu Geki Pari Ababa Sabadakili Kila Kapina Sanava Harasita Babiloki Anumana Newton Janma Kapina Savtabajana Muk Prasada Kana Teja Biraja Kine Sirama Chandra Korakaja Mile Sakalaka Tibaya Bai Sakari Talapatamin Baba Jima Pari Chale Arashi Ragunaya Kapasa Puchata Kahata Navala Kitihasa Kaba Madhubandi Tarasaba Ai Ankapal Samita Madhupalakai Rakawari Jababara Janalagi Mushti Praranata Sababagi Jai Pukari Te Sababana Ujara Jubaraj Suni Sugriva Harashakapi Koriai Prabhukad Siyamora Ramachandra ki Jai Panasuta Hanuman ki Jai Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai Jonna Koti Sita Sudipai Madhubanki Pautsa Kinki Kai Ek Bidiman Bichara Raja Ai Kage Kapisakita Samaja Ai Sabekindava Padasista Mileo Sabekinati Prema Kapisa Puchi Kusala Kusala Patateki Rama Kripamba Kaju Visesi Nat Kaju Kine Wanumada Raki Sakala Kapina Ke Prana Suni Sagriva Bokori Te Imileo Kapina Sakita Ragupati Porichaleo Rama Kapina Jaba Avatadeka Kieng Kaji Mana Karasa Vishesha Vishesha Patika Sila Boite Dobai Pare Sakala Kapi Charana Ki Jai Priti Sakita Sava Beti Raghupati Karuna Punja Puchi Kusala Nata Abba Kusala Deti Padakan Siyamara Ramachandra Ki Jai Pavana Sutta Hanuman Ki Jai Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai Jamba Pankaka Sunuraguraya Japarana Karakuntumadaya Taki Sadashiva Kusala Niranta Suranara Muni Prasannata Upar Soyi Bijoyi Binoi Udasaga Tasu Sujasu Triloka Ujaga Prabhuti Kripa Bayu Sabukaju Janba Amara Supala Baaju Nat Pavanasu Takini Gokarini Sahasu Mukanda Joy So Bharani Pavanatanaya Ke Charita Suhai Jamba Panta Raghupati Hisunai Sunata Kripani Dimana Atibai Puni Hanuman Harashi Rai Kakutat Keti Banti Janaki Rakati Karati Rakshasva Pranaki Nam Paharu Divasanisi Jana Tumhara Kapaya Lochana Nicha Pada Jontrita Jaki Prana Keki Pat Siyamara Ramachandra Ki Jai Pavana Sutta Hanuman Ki Jai Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Namaste. Jai Ramji Ki. Let's go back to the 22nd Doha, and we'll begin to translate what we've read tonight. Keep the lotus feet of consciousness in your heart and enjoy the undisputed sovereignty of your kingdom. Remember, Hanuman is telling Ravana, hey, stop this nonsense. If you go against the will of God, you're going to get in trouble, man. Hey, put God in your heart and give back his wife and enjoy the undisputed sovereignty of your kingdom. Otherwise, you in deep doo-doo, sir. The fame of Rishi Pulasti's lineage, from which you are descended, is as spotless as the moon. Do not allow yourself to become a stain. Words have no charm without the name of consciousness. Leave your intoxicated delusion and think carefully. Oh my God, please, leave your intoxicated delusion and think carefully. O enemy of the gods, a beautiful woman without clothes is not respectfully regarded, no matter how many ornaments she wears. So here he's comparing his ego, unabashed ego, to a naked lady. I don't care how many ornaments you put on her, she's still nude. Your ego is out there, man. Bring it in. Control your desire. Without consciousness, all the wealth of a man is worthless, whether he attains his goals or not. A river which only flows during the rainy season immediately dries up when the rain has stopped. Listen, one with 10 heads, I personally testify that one who is without consciousness will find no one to protect him. Not even 1,000 Shivas, Vishnus, and Brahmas can save one who has turned away from consciousness. Renounce the root of delusion, the darkness of your egotism, which is the source of all pain, and worship the supreme divinity consciousness, the leader of light, the ocean of grace. Moha mula bakusula prada, tyaga utama abhiman, tyag karo. All this moha, tyag karo. This is the mool of all your abhiman. Bhajaku Rama Raghunayaka Kripa Sindhu Bhagavan. Just renounce the root of delusion, the darkness of your egotism, which is the source of all pain, and worship the supreme divinity consciousness, the leader of light, the ocean of grace. Please! The monkey tried to speak beneficial words about devotion, discrimination, renunciation, and ethics. But the great egotist, the ego, laughed, saying, I have found a very wise monkey to be my guru. Hey, evil one, lowly one, you are teaching me? Death will come to you. Pure devotion replied, it will be in reverse. I clearly perceive that your mind is in confusion. Hearing the monkey's words, he became extremely agitated and called to his soldiers, why don't you quickly take the life of this fool? Off with his head. Receiving this order, the soldiers were ready to strike when discrimination came forward from among the council of ministers. He bowed his head in humility and said that it is against the ethics of public policy to kill an ambassador. We have to observe some decorum in this courtroom, and he came as an ambassador, and it's against the ethics of public policy to slay the ambassador. Oh, master, he said, choose another punishment. All agreed that this was most excellent. Hearing this, the one with 10 heads said, break the limbs of the monkey and send him back. I have understood from all that monkeys have great attachment to their tails. Therefore, soak cloths in oil and tie them around his tail and then set it on fire. That's the punishment I prescribed for this monkey who dares to tell me to control my ego. Imagine the audacity of such a monkey coming into my kingdom of the ego, into my courtroom, and saying to me, the king of the ego, that I should control my ego, I should renounce my ignorance and delusion and give up my attachments? No way. Burn his tail. When the monkey will return to his master without a tail, then the fool will return here with his Lord, and I will be able to see the greatness of he who has been praised so lavishly. So Hanuman, once his tail is burned, he'll come back with Ram, and then Ravana will get a chance to look at who has been praised by Hanuman's been singing the praises of Ram, so Ravana will get darshan of the master of a monkey. When the monkey heard this, he smiled to himself and thought, I know that Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, has helped us in giving him this idea. Thanks, Saraswati. Obeying the order of the ego, the foolish demons began preparations to set the tail on fire. In play, the monkey made his tail longer so that there was not enough cloth, ghee, or oil in the city to cover the tail. He just kept making it longer and longer and longer. No matter how much cloth they wrapped around and soaked in oil, the tail got longer, and then they ran out of cloth. The citizens came to see the spectacle and hurled insults and laughed at his plight and kicked him with their feet. They played the drums and clapped their hands while the monkey was led through the streets of the city. When pure devotion saw that his tail was set on fire, he immediately assumed an extremely small form. Slipping out from his bonds, he jumped to the heights of the golden ramparts of the city. Seeing him, the women became filled with fear. At the inspiration of God, the winds began to blow. The monkey roared with a loud laugh and made his body to grow until it touched the sky. And that's the use, that one of the great usages, the great functions of anima and mahima. To make yourself very small and make yourself very big. And make yourself very small, you can escape from any bondage. Make yourself very big, and you can conquer all the demons. Even though his body was so huge, it was very light in weight. He sprang from palace to palace. The whole city was ablaze, and the citizens were terrified, and the extremely fearful flames jumped and danced. People were heard to cry, "Father, Mother, who will save us? We told you that he was no ordinary monkey. He must be some god in the form of a monkey." This is the fruit of disrespecting sadhus, holy men of God, that our whole city is ablaze and there is no one here to protect us. And in a few moments, there was nothing left of the city except the home of discrimination. So Hanuman burned down the whole city except for Bibhishan's house, because Bibhishan was a devotee and a fellow brother in the Lord. Shiva said, and Parvati, pure devotion was the ambassador of the one who created fire. That is why it turned out opposite. Instead of burning the tail, fire burnt the entire city. Thank you, Shiva, for that enlightened commentary. Extinguishing the flaming tail, he again took his small form, and with hands folded in respect, he presented himself before the daughter of the cause. So he came back, he burnt down the whole city, except for Bibhishan's house. He went and extinguished the fire on his tail. He came back with all humility to Sita, and he said, "Oh, Mother, please give me some token by which our visit can be known, just like the leader of light gave to me." So remember, Ram gave Hanuman the ring, Rama Nama Ankita Ati Sundar, with Ram's name written in so beautifully. And Hanuman gave that as a nishani, as an emblem, as a token that showed, as a verification that his visit was, that he is actually the messenger from Ram. Now Hanuman's saying, "Hey, Sita Mama, please, you give me something that I can take to Ram to show that I've really met you." And then she removed her hair ornament and presented it, which the son of the wind accepted with great delight. She said, "Son, give him my respect and speak on my behalf in this way. O Lord, you are free from selfish desires in every way, and you are the giver of compassion to all who are distressed. Please, O Lord, take away the burden of my distress. Son," she's talking to Hanuman now, "remind the Lord of the story of the ruler of purity's son, Indra's son, victorious, and remind him of the power of his arrows." That was a great story. Let me tell you that story. One time, Indra's son, Jayant, assumed the form of a crow. And he was playing with Ram and Sita. And then he pecked Sita's foot. And Ram got mad. And he put a mantra on his arrow. And he sent the arrow in the direction of Jayant. Jayant took off like a bird and rose into the sky. And wherever he went, the arrow followed him. And the arrow chased Jayant all the way around the earth until and no one could give him refuge, no one could help him, no one could save him in any way, until Jayant came back to Ram and bowed down to him and said, "Please, I've done wrong. Please excuse me. Please forgive me." So Ram, being the compassionate one, said, "I'm going to make your eyes squinty. That's why crows have squinty eyes. And then I'm going to forgive you." So that was his punishment. Now, son, remind the Lord of the story of Giant and remind him of the power of his arrows. He could just say a mantra, put it on the arrow, and the arrow went and followed the enemy all the way around the earth until the enemy had no place to go or nowhere else to go but to surrender to the feet of God. So you know how strong your arrows are, how you can imbibe an arrow with so much energy so that it will follow its enemy and accomplish it all. If he does not come for me within a month, he will not find me alive. Tell me, monkey, how else can I remain alive? You, my son, now speak of going. Seeing you brought relief to my heavy heart, but again I have before me more of the same, both in the day and in the night. You saw how they torment me. You saw the anguish with which I'm living. You see the conditions in which I'm staying. That's what I have to look for the next month. Please tell them, come quickly. In many ways, he tried to explain to the daughter the cause and give inspiration to maintain her patience. And then bowing his head to her lotus feet, the monkey departed to be with consciousness. So in many ways, he kept trying to explain to her and inspire her, hey, Mom, we're on our way. We're coming. Don't worry. If Ron knew where you were, he would have been here already. But he sent me to verify that you're here so he doesn't make a wasted journey. So now we know. And now he's going to come. Don't worry. Hang on. Hang in there. And then bowing his head to her lotus feet, the monkey departed to return to consciousness. As he departed, he let out a great shout, which caused many pregnant demon women to have miscarriages in fear. Seeing him crossing the ocean to the other shore, all the monkeys let out a great shout of triumph and joy. All were filled with delight to see pure devotion, and they all understood that he had granted them a new life. And there they were. They said, we couldn't go back to Ram in disgrace. We can't return without completing our task. Our time limit is up. When we go back, we'll be punished. So we might as well commit suicide if we don't find Sita. And now, when they saw Hanuman flying across the ocean, it was like they were restored to life. Sanjeevani it was granted to them. His face was extremely contented, and his body emitted light, so that everyone could understand that he had completed the work of consciousness. Everyone was so happy to greet him, just like a fish out of water suddenly finding itself submerged again. Beautiful. With great delight, they returned to the leader of light. They went back to Ram, asking questions and discussing the recent events. Then they all entered the grove of honey, and along with he who subordinates himself, that's Angad, they ate of the fruits and the honey. When the protectors, the guardians of the grove, protested their entry, they were beaten and driven away. So here, Angad was the Yuvaraj. He was the crown prince who was the tutelary head of this expedition. And on their way back to find Ram, they were so full of delight. There was a special grove of honey and fruits that was reserved only for the king and the king's family. And the crown prince said to the guards, out of the way, we're celebrating today. We're going to eat the honey and eat the fruits. The guardians protested. They said, you're not allowed into this grove without the king's express permission. And they were beaten and driven away. Their own crown prince beat the guards of their own storehouse of honey. They all went to complain to the king that the crown prince, he who subordinates himself, Angad, allowed his soldiers to devour the fruits of the sacred grove. When excellent friend Sugriv, the king, heard this news, he was delighted, and he knew that the monkeys had returned, having accomplished the work of the Lord. So all the guards, when they were beaten up and chased out of the grove of honey, they went to the king to complain. And when the king heard, he was so excited. They must have been victorious. They must have accomplished their objective. Otherwise, it would be impossible for them to do such a stupid thing. If they had not found out the news of nature, is it possible that they would have eaten the fruits of the grove of honey? Osombo. It's impossible. While the king was thinking in this way, the group of monkeys arrived. When they arrived, they all bowed their heads to the feet of their king, and he received them with great love. He asked of their welfare, to which they replied, "On seeing your feet, we are well. By the grace of consciousness, we have completed the special task for which we were sent. O Lord, pure devotion did all the work, and he preserved the life of all the monkeys." Hearing this, excellent friend greeted him again and again, and then all of the monkeys went to see the Lord of Light. When consciousness saw the approach of the monkeys, his mind was filled with special delight, knowing that they had completed the work for which they were sent. The two brothers were seated upon a seat of crystal. All the monkeys came and bowed before the brothers' feet. So there were Ram and Lakshman seated on this crystal asan, and all the monkeys came and bowed down. The compassionate Lord embraced them all with great love and asked of their welfare, "O Lord, seeing your lotus feet, now we are well." That's all it takes. Just show me those feet. Respected brother of all spoke. That was Jambavant, the bear, the old bear who was there from the time of creation. "Listen, King of Light." He's explaining to Ram now. He's the narrator. "O Lord, whoever receives your compassion, his is always welfare and delight. Gods, human beings, wise men, all are delighted because of that. He is victorious. He has humility. He becomes an ocean of qualities. His excellent fame spreads throughout the three worlds. With the grace of the Lord, all of the work was completed, and today the purpose of our lives has been fulfilled. O Lord, the work which the Son of the Wind performed today, even 1,000 mouths will be unable to proclaim. Even still, this respected brother of all, myself, will try to relate to the Lord of Light the story of his accomplishments." Having heard the story, the repository of grace was pleased in his mind, and with great delight he embraced pure devotion to his heart and said, "O dear one, in what way does the daughter of the cause live, and how does she protect her life?" So there was the bear narrating the story of Hanuman's conquering, his conquest of Lanka, his burning down of the city, his destruction of all the fortifications, his finding Sita, and Ram hugged him to his breast. And now Ram said, "Hey, how is she? What's she up to? How does she protect her life? Day and night your name is her protector, and other than you she thinks of nothing else. Her eyes remain focused upon her feet where they are locked. Then by what path could her life flee?" And that's as far as we've read tonight. How can she leave her life when she's only thinking about you? There is no her. There's no other destination. There's no other alternative. There's only you. Do we have any questions tonight?
Swamiji, this is a question from yesterday, Swamiji. Somebody asked the question, when we can chant the Sundar Kanda, and you said any time of the day.
Yes.
Yet sadhus tend to chant in the morning or in the night. So my question is, how do we decide what time of the day to chant?
Figure out your own schedule. What works for you? Now, if you are a householder and you have work to do, you have to manage an ashram, you have to communicate with devotees around the world, then figure out which times are appropriate for you under your circumstances. And those are the times that are the best times to do it. But it's always best to start the day in worship. Because before your mind becomes active and engaged in so many worldly thoughts, it's best to start off thinking about God. So if you start the day with meditation and then you recite scripture and then you do worship and you do all of your... They say the early morning hours are for dharma. The midday hours are for karma. The evening hours are for kama. And the very late hours are for moksha. So generally you want to start the day with dharma. And if you can end the day with dharma, namaste. You become divine.
Question from Nanda from San Jose.
Namaste, Nanda Mom.
He who subordinates himself.
Angad.
Can you please explain why that is a desirable quality, especially for sadhus? Thank you very much.
Oh, without surrender, without subordinating ourselves, without humility, then the ego is rampant. We subscribe to philosophies, I can do whatever I want to, and it's all okay. And that is the opposite from being a devotee who wants to do only what God and the Guru want to do. So that's why he who subordinates himself on God becomes the crown prince, and later he becomes the king of the monkeys. Because he can surrender, he can subordinate himself, he can take wise counsel and use it. He's not opposed to accepting. Of course, Hanuman said to Ravana, please, you're calling me a monkey as a guru, but take wise counsel wherever it comes from. If what I say is right, then use it. You're incurring the enmity of the Supreme Divinity for no reason at all. Now, I am subordinating myself to the Supreme Divinity. Which one of us will achieve success? You'll find out.
Another question from Nanda. Can we chant Sundar Kanda with pranayama?
Yes, we can. It's real fun, and I'll teach that class after we get through the text. There'll be a class on different ways of chanting and the samputs. Yes, we can chant with pranayama.
There's a question from Upendra.
Yes, namaste, Upendra.
Will Sundar Kanda recitation help solve shani problems?
Yes, it will. In fact, that's why we worship Hanuman on Saturdays. Hanuman has the capacity to take care of Shani. And of course on Shanivar we worship Shani too. So if you do the Sundar Kanda on Saturdays, it will take care of the Shani problem. Also, there are many other things you can do to address the Shani problem. But Shani has more than problems. He has a great beneficent influence in our lives as well. because Saturn rules discipline. And while he may place obstructions in our path, he also creates the discipline through which we can become he who subordinates himself. We can surrender to our sankalpa. We can fix our goal, define our goal, and create the discipline to get there. So in many instances, we want to strengthen Saturn and strengthen the positive aspects of Saturn, Upendra, rather than worrying only about the negative problems that Saturn creates. Try to strengthen the positive influence of Saturn. Saturn rules over discipline and direction, and he focuses on sankalpa. So he's very goal-oriented, and he creates the discipline by which we achieve those goals.
Swamiji, how do we understand in a divine way when we see Sita's separation from Lord Rama? How is it different from any wife longing for her husband when she's separated?
Well, I'm sorry, we are in America now, and many wives, when they're separated from their husbands, they celebrate rather than long. So that happens to be Western culture, that they have a celebration for separation from their husbands. In fact, they hire a battery of attorneys to help them in the separation process. But what it means really is consciousness is not illuminating the purest qualities, the purest aspects of nature. Consciousness is divorced or separated from nature. So here we're having a dichotomy between my head and my heart. There's always this division and the confusion, and I don't want to surrender because my head says, no, I should be the great ego. I should be the ruler. My heart says, no, I know this is pure. I know this is a pure thing to surrender, to subordinate myself to. If I could be endowed with pure devotion and imbued with the spirit of subordination, allowed to the privilege of surrendering my egotism, then I can unite again with my consciousness, with my husband will come back to me. Now, in a spiritual sense, we say Shakti dwells in the Muladhara. That's nature. Shiva dwells in the Sahasrara. We want to bring consciousness and nature together. So we're going to bring up the Kundalini Shakti and let her unite with Shiva in close embrace in the Sahasrara. And this is what we mean by a Kundalini awakening experience. This is the union of nature and consciousness. When we bring up that Kundalini Shakti and it unites with consciousness, then our head and our heart are in the same place. We know what we want to do. We have a clear definition of the goal. We worship Shani in his most beneficent aspects, and he creates the discipline by which we can step by step proceed towards the accomplishment of our objectives. It is not enough to say my objective is I want to listen to God in every circumstance. God told me to put a tree here. God told me to drive the car off the road. It's not enough to just say, well, I'm not responsible for anything. God will do it all. We need that definition of our goal, and we need the definition of our path, and we need the blessings of all the gurus, and Shani will create the discipline by which we stay focused on the path.
Swamiji, question from Kalyananda, who's joining us from Barbados.
Namaste, Kalyananda.
She's wondering if one cannot recite the whole book, is there a section like in the review that can be recited?
Oh, Kali Mama, what we should do is what we're doing right now in our class. We're taking 5 dohas a night, or we're taking 7 or 8 dohas a night, or 10 dohas, whatever you can do, and read the book in sections, in portions. Just go through it slowly, and do what you have time to do, what you have mind to do, what you have capacity to do. Do it, but don't refrain from doing it under any circumstance. Don't stop doing it because I can't sit that long, I can't devote that much time. I'll just do what I can do. And it will grow. It will grow until it becomes second nature to until it becomes us. It becomes our story, and that's the reason why we're studying these scriptures. Kalima, what we want to do is read it so much, with so much feeling, with so much understanding, and go deeper and deeper until we understand that this is my story. It's not some history of what happened then. It's what's happening to me today, right now, every day. And now, which part shall I play in the story? I want to tell a little story, just for a moment. I won't take too much of your time. Sadhu was going to the bazaar from a village. And there was an old widow woman that lived in a house at the edge of the village. He stopped by her house on the way to the bazaar. He was going to the marketplace. He knocked on the door, and the old lady came to the door and said yes. And he said, oh, dear mother, I am going to the marketplace, and I just want to know, is there anything I can bring for you? She said, you are so kind. That was such a generous thought for you to think of me. And when you're going to the market, can you bring something home for me? Yes. Would you bring me a mirror? And the sadhu said, certainly. And he went to the market, and he did all of his shopping, and he got all the provisions and everything that he was supposed to bring. And he came back to the village, and he stopped and knocked on the old lady's house. And she opened the door. She said, did you bring a mirror for me? And the sadhu said, yes, here it is. It's the Ramayana. And the woman looked at this book and said, well, how can I see myself in this book? And the sadhu said, just open it up and see. Are you scheming and conniving like Kaikeyi? Or are you generous and kind like Kushala? Are you following your dharma like Sita? Or are you trying to get some selfish benefit for yourself like Manta? Look at this book and see your character here. And hopefully each of us will open the scriptures every day and look and see our character and judge our character. What kind of person am I becoming today? What kind of attitude am I demonstrating today? And this is the efficacy, the purification. This is the way we purify ourselves. This is how we edify ourselves. This is how we make ourselves worthy of being sadhus. That's how we shine the mirror.
Nanda asking, why should a sadhu chant the Sundar? What quality in themselves do they see and increase by chanting the Sundar?
Hopefully you'll become every pure character in the book. Sometimes you'll become Tulsidas and write your own poetry, your own songs in praise of Rama. Sometimes you'll become Valmiki and you'll write in Sanskrit. Sometimes you'll become Bharat, who is the devoted servant of the Lord. Sometimes you'll become Hanuman, who's pure devotion. Sometimes you'll become Lakshman, who is the brother of the Lord, the defender. He's the protector. Sometimes you'll become Ram himself. It just depends on your state of mind every time you read it. What are you looking for today? Who am I today? This whole book is about me. They wrote it just about me. Who am I today? Am I Ravana, who's a great egotist and trying to defend the kingdom of the ego and take anything I want when I want it because it's mine? Thinking of my own selfish self? Or am I division, discrimination, saying, hey, now let's put some curbs on this selfishness. Let's make some limits here. Let's define what is appropriate in these circumstances and act judiciously. So every day when we read the scripture, we can see our character popping out. Ramakrishna used to talk about the rice in the pot. And when it's kacha, when it's boiling and it's uncooked, it's going bloop, 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 and it's jumping up and down. And it keeps jumping up and down until it's all cooked completely, and then it's flat and silent. And then we know it's done. In which way am I popping out? Popping out and popping up and down. That's the issue. Om Sang Saraswati Namaha. Namaste.